people have to step up. I'm very, very excited about what we're seeing on voter registration with young people on college campuses. I think we have over 1,000 at Kent State.
Two special guests paid a visit to Kent State today. Our reporter Sydney Brown has all the details.
Early voting numbers are up and students find a way to fit voting on their schedules. How absentee ballots allow students to participate in these elections.
Get your ice skates ready because a winter tradition is returning to downtown Kent.
And Krispy Kreme is once again offering a sweet incentive to help get out the vote. All these stories and more as your Monday edition of TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Nuried, Hurtado.
And I'm Alexa Blakley.
We'll start tonight with Democratic Governor candidate Nan Whaley and Senate candidate Tim Ryan and their visit to Kent.
TV2's Sydney Brown was at Risman Plaza where Whaley talked to students and supporters. Hi, Sydney.
Hi, Nuried. Hi, Alexa. Yes, I spoke to Democratic candidates today at the end of their campaign trail here in Kent. Their message, go vote. The Kent community was joined by Democratic candidates running for office today, and they had a message for young voters.
I think this election is going to be decided by young people and by women. We've seen an enormous number of registered voters on Kent State, so it was important for me to get here. And, we're excited to be one of the last stops on the campaign here at Kent State.
What we're seeing on voter registration with young people on college campuses, I think we have over 1,000 at Kent State. So young people are engaged, and, they want somebody who's going to support the democracy and support their rights, and that's me.
They emphasized and shared their concerns for the state.
For the first time in this country's history, rights are taken away like they were for women. And, we have issues of climate, we have issues of what's the job market look like for young people.
So, protecting rights is the first thing I do, and then get to work of raising the wage, protecting our climate, making sure our environment, and making sure that young people want to stay in the state.
The Democratic candidates were also there to address pressing topics.
The state is really on a cliff, and it's making a big decision tomorrow about what kind of state it's going to be. Is it going to be a state that protects abortion rights? Is it going to be a state that makes college affordable? Is it going to be a state that, does something around gun safety? And right now, if we go the same direction, we're going to fall right off of that cliff and say no to all of those things. So we definitely need a change to make sure those things happen. And those are things that really, I think young voters really care about.
Whaley and the Democratic Party encourage the community to go vote.
Yeah, talk to your friends, make sure they vote because, it is going to be a turnout election. It's going to be closer than people think, and we need everyone to vote. We don't want to be talking on Wednesday about what if we had called people, what if we had asked folks what their plan was to vote, what if we had gotten people to rides to the polls. It's now or never time. You got to vote today or tomorrow.
Hey, just get out there. Even if you disagree with me, please go vote. It is really important.
Check back in with TV2 News tomorrow when we will host the election show from 8 to 10 p.m. for this year's midterms. We will then be giving updates for the governor's race, Senate race, and more. For TV2 News, I'm Sydney Brown.
People are paying so much more for things that were pretty cheap a year ago, and now they're really expensive, and we got to get this inflation under control. We're going to have a generation of kids, a generation of moms and dads who can't afford the basic necessities. We're talking about fancy vacations. We're talking about eggs, bread, gas. People can't afford that stuff, and it's going to destroy the state if we let it.
And J.D. Vance made a last-minute pitch on Perrysburg today morning ahead of Trump rally. He was joined by Ohio Lieutenant Governor Jon Husted and Ohio 9 District candidate J.R. Majewski.
The trio mainly stayed on their GOP message of a desire to bring American jobs, invested in American energy, and support law enforcement in Ohio. Vance has been on a tight race with U.S. Republican candidate Tim Ryan, who is making his final campaign push in Youngstown.
And with elections, many people request absentee ballots across Ohio.
That's right. Our reporter Alexandria Manthey has a story.
Early and absentee voting has increased for the 2022 midterm elections.
Really, since absentee balloting started and absentee by mail started, it increases every year.
As of November 2nd, 4,137 people voted early in person. 13,700 absentee ballots were mailed by the Board of Elections, and 9,756 of those were returned.
You can go online and request an absentee ballot form, and you just fill it out of where you would like to vote from and where you want the absentee ballot sent to.
For students with busy schedules, absentee voting gives them the option to drop their ballot in the mail, or if they happen to be by their county's Board of Elections office, they can just drop it in the ballot box.
My Tuesdays are very booked compared to pretty much any other day of the week, and so I knew I couldn't do early voting Monday because I had classes today too as well. So I have to do it this weekend. So it was either absentee vote or just go in-person early vote.
I actually live 3 hours away from Kent in Urbana, Ohio. So I early voted in the fall break, just so I could vote for candidates who I've worked with for a really long time and impact my hometown.
Democratic officials came to campus the day before Election Day to encourage students to get out the vote.
You have to vote. There's no point in complaining about things if you don't take action.
It is really important for young people to vote. It matters. This election is one of the most, I think, the most important in my lifetime, and certainly in your all's, and you know, the future of Ohio is at stake here.
Alexandria Manthey, TV2 News.
And more than 41 million pre-election ballots have been cast across 47 states, according to data from election officials, Edison Research and Catalyst. Pre-election voting has been ahead of the 2018 midterm pace, but it's still too early to know if overall turnout will reach 2018 levels, since voting patterns may have changed in the last few years. Texas has the most pre-election votes with more than 5.4 million ballots cast. And 7 Kent residents will be providing a shuttling service on Tuesday for student voters who may show up at the Brown polling place.
Vehicles will be marked with a Vote Cab logo on their windshields, and one or more will be parked at the rec center from noon until 7 p.m.
Again, don't forget to tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, November 8th at 8 p.m. for a special coverage on Election Day.
Also, we will have all the updates on Portage County and Ohio Senate and governor races. You can tune in at kentwire.com until from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Hello all, Portage County and Northeast Ohio. Hope you're having a nice Monday evening out there. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby with your Monday evening weather forecast. Currently in Kent right now is sunny skies. Feels like 48 out there, but it feels like 59 out there. Dew point 19 degrees, southeast winds at 8 miles per hour, visibility at 10 miles. It is definitely a very nice evening out there. And as we look towards your as we look towards your Northeast Ohio temperatures, we are going to see temperatures in the lower 50s tonight. 48 in Kent, 50 in Cleveland, 50 in Sandusky, Mansfield at 52 degrees, Worcester at 52. It is definitely a nice, cooler fall evening out there. So if you're out and about with any plans, definitely bundle up a little bit, wear a nice sweater. It's going to be a little chilly out there, but not too bad. And as we look at your hour-by-hour forecast, as we can see, we will be dealing with clear skies for your 7 o'clock, but then the clouds will start to come in towards 9 o'clock, dropping those temperatures down to the lower 40s. And then towards 11 o'clock, temperatures will be down in the lower 40s with mostly partly cloudy skies. So it's going to really just be a mostly cloudy night. You won't be able to really see any stars or anything like that out there. But that's all I have for now. In my next update, I'll have your Election Day forecast. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. Today starts I Am First week at Kent State. Throughout the week, Kent State will have different events and activities to recognize first-generation students on campus. On Wednesday, Kent State will celebrate faculty, staff, and advocates for their accomplishments and support of first generation. Students with I Am First awards, where participants will have the opportunity to sign the I Am First Promise banner and hear first-generation student testimonials.
There's a brand new pizza place that's now open on campus. Home Slice opened at 11 this morning. It's in the hub on the first floor of the Student Center. It's open from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. But the big question is the pizza any good?
The cheese and the crust just kind of come together.
It's really good. Really good. I'll probably be here every day.
It's way better than other pizza around the area, so I would definitely come here.
Home Slice's opening is a part of the Student Center's 50th anniversary celebration. That happened from 11 to 3 today, the 50th day of classes. They had free food, prizes, and giveaways.
And Kent State will hold a Veterans Day observance to pay tribute to all those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. The program, titled Honoring All Those Who Serve, will have a flag-raising ceremony conducted by Color Joint Guard from Kent State's Army ROTC and Air Force ROTC programs, a performance of the service song medley, the national anthem, and welcome remarks from President Todd Dyken. The commemoration will take place on Thursday, November 10 at 11 a.m. and it will be streamed online at kent.edu/Veterans Day.
And that's not the only construction going on in downtown Kent. Get your ice skates ready. The outdoor ice skating rink, Kent Skates, is back and downtown Kent is getting ready. The seasonal rink is currently in construction and it will be located on a section of East Erie Street. It will offer food and drinks as well as visits from local food trucks. Kent Skates will open on November 19th through February 26, 2023.
After 6 years of planning and designing, the new Kent City Hall is starting to take shape. The planned end of the construction is still over a year away, but the project is beginning to come together with the recent construction of a tower that will one day house an elevator. The construction of the new City Hall can be found at the corner of Water Street and Highmaker Parkway.
The American Heart Association will be hosting its annual STEM Goes Red for Girls event on Friday, November 18th at Dominion Energy. This event aims to encourage women to pursue careers in STEM fields and will bring together about 80 female students and leading science, technology, engineering, and medical companies in Summit and Portage County. Students will have the opportunity to meet career mentors and learn more about the world of STEM.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources awarded $1.7 million in grants to support 68 outdoor recreation projects in 62 counties across the state. Portage County got $23,000 in grants that will be used for the Butcher Memorial Park to repair the basketball court and install accessible walkway.
Tired of waiting in airport security lines? Find out how enrollment for TSA pre-checks are changing after the break.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
Welcome back. Many companies have been making changes and updating their deals.
Our correspondent Anthony Leonardi has more on what's trending in the business world. Hi, Anthony.
Thanks, guys. There's been a lot going on in the world of business lately. I have the details in today's trending business news. Nike is suspending their relationship with former Cleveland Cavalier Kyrie Irving after his decision to post a tweet about an anti-Semitic documentary and then defending his decision to do so. Along with the suspension, the company will no longer release his newest basketball sneakers. The Brooklyn Nets have also suspended Kyrie Irving without pay for a minimum of 5 games. He has released an apology following the announcement of his suspension. And Apple is warning their customers about an increased wait time for their new iPhone models because of an antivirus restriction imposed on a factory in central China. There have been little details, but the company has said that the Foxconn-operated facility is operating at significantly less capacity. Apple has said they are working with their suppliers to return to normal production levels. Walmart's Deals for Days Black Friday sale starts online today at 7 and on November 9th in stores. The event is a weekly sharp reduction of prices on many different items. The sale is essentially Black Friday for the entire month of November. Deals for Days will be held online to make it easier to take advantage of the deals without having to walk your way through a crowded store in person. That's all I have for today's trending business news. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Anthony Leonardi.
Thanks, Anthony. The 6 most commonly used over-the-counter supplements for heart health do not help lower cholesterol. According to a new study in the American Journal of Cardiology, in a side-by-side comparison with a placebo, these supplements failed. Only the statin prescription medication actually reduced cholesterol and triglyceride levels by a significant amount. Researchers say most American adults are unaware that most dietary supplements are not double-blind tested.
And Nestle is recalling certain batches of their edible cookie dough because they may contain pieces of soft plastic film. The recall consists of 3 batches produced between August 1st and August 3rd that have been distributed all over the U.S. There have been no reports of injury or illness due to these batches, and they can be returned for replacement or refund.
Look up at the sky tomorrow early morning. You might get to see the last blood moon for a few years. NASA says the total lunar eclipse will be visible across North and Central America if weather permits. It will be visible in parts of Asia, Australia, and South America too.
If you want to see the eclipse, you'll have to wake up early. NASA says totality begins at 5:17 a.m. Eastern Time and will last for about an hour and a half. The next total lunar eclipse is in March 2025, though there will be several partial ones before then.
That's exciting. Hopefully we get to see the eclipse, right, Alexa?
Yes, Nuried. I wonder if we will have a nice weather tomorrow morning. Odin, what can you tell us about it?
Well, I can tell you guys that tomorrow it'll be mostly cloudy throughout for the evening hours, so you may not be able to see it per se. Hopefully I'm wrong on that, but I think it's going to be mostly cloudy out there for the seeing of the eclipse. But anyway, let's talk about our statewide temperatures right now. As we look across our area, we are dealing with a nice fall-like temperature out there. 52 in Akron, 57 in Columbus, 54 in Dayton, 57 in Cincinnati. Is definitely a nice evening out there as everyone's going out and about doing their shopping, getting things done. It is definitely the perfect evening to do that. And as we look at your Election Day forecast, let's talk about it, folks. Tomorrow will be a very busy day for a lot of people out there as they head to the polls. And so the poll weather will be perfect. It'll be partly cloudy skies, 56 degrees. So you might want to wear a little jacket or hoodie as you're out there waiting in those long lines. But it will be cloudy skies throughout the morning, but then it'll give way to sunny skies towards the afternoon. So it'll definitely be a great day to be out there and vote. So let's talk about our 7-day outlook now. Let's talk about it, folks. So as you can clearly see, Tuesday will be partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the upper 50s. But then the sun will start to come out towards your Wednesday and Thursdays as the highs will start to go back up into almost hitting 70 on Thursday. But then rain will start to pull in, dropping those temperatures back down into the lower 40s towards your Saturday and Sunday with mostly cloudy skies. But then towards Monday, we will continue with partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the upper 40s. So it's going to definitely be a more calm week ahead. That about wraps up my Monday evening weather forecast. Please enjoy those nice weather at the polls tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend out there. Everybody, back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. Now going to Washington, the Supreme Court has decided to not take up a case of a military widow whose husband died from toxic water at Cap Lejeune. Carol Clendening says her husband got diagnosed with cancer and died after the government didn't protect him from toxic exposure. Her lawyer argued that the government admitted that Clendening's exposure caused his cancer. However, lower courts said members of military can sue the U.S. for injuries sustained in active duty.
The cost of enrollment and in-person renewals for TSA pre-checks are being reduced from $85 to $78. Pre-checks allow passengers to go through expedited security checks at airports, and they can leave on their shoes, jackets, and belts. Pre-check passengers wait an average of 5 minutes at airport security, and memberships are good for 5 years.
And Twitter is not the only company announcing layoffs. According to the Wall Street Journal, Facebook parent Meta is preparing to notify employees of large-scale staff reductions. This announcement could come as soon as Wednesday and will affect many thousands of employees. The 70% slide in the company's stock is being blamed for the layoffs, which could be the largest ever for the Facebook parent company.
Ukraine's defense minister has reported that new air defense systems have arrived in the country, sent by Ukraine's Western allies. Over the summer, the U.S. committed to sending 2 National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems, which provide short to medium-range defenses and also are used to protect the skies in Washington, D.C.
Now, North Korea launched 4 ballistic missiles into the sea Saturday, while the U.S. sent 2 supersonic bombers streaking over South Korea. The North has test-fired more than 30 missiles this week, including an intercontinental ballistic missile on Thursday, triggering evacuation alerts in Japan and flew warplanes inside its territory in a reaction to a massive aerial exercise between the U.S. and South Korea.
If you've ever dreamed of having a little blue check mark next to your name on Twitter, you may be in luck with a new feature coming to the platform.
The Cleveland Cavaliers traveled to LA to take on LeBron and the Lakers. Find out how they did in the highlights.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Corrali, and here is what's happening in the wide world of sports in Portage County and beyond. Well, a couple of Flashes squads saw action on Friday. The field hockey team fell to Appalachian State in the MAC semifinal by the final score of 1-0. The loss ends Kent State's season at 8-10 and 6-1 in the conference. At the MAC Center, the volleyball team dropped 3 sets against the Ball State Cardinals. The Golden Flashes will return home against Toledo for senior weekend on Friday and Saturday. Let's now take you to Los Angeles, where the Cavs and Lakers squared off on Sunday. There's LeBron James, a face that many Northeast Ohio basketball fans know. But here's a new face that Northeast Ohio basketball fans will get to know as Donovan Mitchell takes it coast-to-coast for the and one on LeBron. But in the second, Lakers up 38-34. LeBron says, "Anything you can do, Donovan, I can do better." He gets an and one of his own to cut the lead to 6 in the second half. Russell Westbrook shovels it to Anthony Davis, putting Robin Lopez on a poster. Lakers extend the lead. In the third quarter, it is now 64-60. Lakers on top, and LeBron taking matters into his own hands. Another and one for the King. Lakers jump out back on top 6. Now the Cavs are in front of the third, 71-66. Russ thought about a 3, but will lob and air it up for Anthony Davis for the flush. Lakers are getting a little bit of momentum, but in the fourth, it's all Cavs. 90-80 Cleveland, and Russell Westbrook's pass is stolen by Dean Wade, and Flight 32, we have takeoff. Dean Wade throws it down, and the Cavs extend the lead to 12. In the fourth quarter, Cavs up 15. Darius Garland, trying to work the floor, now drives inside and will lob it up for Jarrett Allen. Too easy. Cavs win 114-100 and improve to 8-1 through their first 9 games. Finally, TV2 Sports was on location Friday night as the Hudson Explorers took on the Walsh Jesuit Warriors in the regional quarterfinals of the high school football playoffs, and Hudson keeps their perfect season alive, winning by the final score of 34-7. The Explorers will advance to the regional semifinals against Riverside. For the highlights and further in-depth analysis, tune in to Sports Corner tonight at 8 o'clock right here, streaming live on KentWire.com. Well, that will do it for us at Sports. For more TV2 Sports coverage, make sure to follow us across social media at TV2KSU Sports. For TV2 Sports, I'm Matt Corrali, saying wherever the ball flies in the air, TV2 Sports will be there. Good night.
You might be able to get a free donut on Election Day. What you need to do and where to go to get it. Welcome back. Krispy Kreme is once again giving a little incentive to motivate participation in elections. The company is giving away a free original glass donut to all customers at its participating donut shops across the U.S. on Tuesday.
That's right. However, they won't be checking for proof that you voted. The company hopes the freebie will remind people how important it is to take part in every election.
Now going with Twitter, good news for the verified users. Elon Musk is delaying the rollout of the paid subscription plan until after midterm elections. This plan allows anyone to get the little blue check mark next to their name in the platform. Critics says this feature could have unintended consequences, and some celebrities in the platform like Katie Griffin posed as Musk over the weekend, getting their accounts suspended.
You could be the world's next billionaire. The Powerball jackpot has just grown to become the largest lottery prize ever offered. No one has won in 3 months, so the jackpot prize has climbed to $1.9 billion. Before now, the largest Powerball jackpot ever won was $1.5 billion in 2016.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That's a lot of dough. Holy cow.
What would you do if you win the Powerball?
I really don't know. I'd probably just freak out and spend it on things that I really don't need. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have no financial responsibility at all.
I think I would be the same way, honestly.
Right?
What about you, Odin?
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I'll still live normally, I guess. I mean, I truly don't know, but I think I'll just probably live normally.
So you think nothing would change in your life if you were $1 billion
I mean,
richer?
I might get a nicer apartment, but that'll be it. I mean, it wouldn't be, I don't know.
It's something. And what
Yeah.
about Twitter? Like all the controversy going on about it.
That is interesting. That is interesting. Elon's definitely putting Twitter in the news, regardless of your opinion on it.
He's definitely turning up the oven, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
And that's all we have for you today.
Thank you for joining us.
For updates on these stories and more, please visit our website.
And our social media platforms at Kent Wired. I'm Matt Corrali.
I'm Odin Amador-Gorby.
I'm Alexa Blakley.
And I'm Nuried. Hurtado. Have a great night, Portage County.